Hi, good afternoon. These notes are on percent of change and error, and page 93 in our notebook is where it should be located. Don't forget, these notes are for Thursday in class with Miss Levesque when you have her as a substitute. You should not be doing them for homework Wednesday night. You should be waiting till do them in class on Thursday or doing them at home Thursday night. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we need to know is that percent change, there's an increase or there's a decrease. Increase means you're going from smaller to bigger, and decrease means you're going from bigger to smaller. What you do is you find the difference and then you put it over the original amount, and that's equal to the percent over 100. So for example, if something was $18 and now it's only $12, this is a decrease. So we're going to find the difference. So 18 minus 12, and we're going to put that over the original. The original amount was 18, so we're going to put that over 18. Now I'm just going to simplify this. And 18 minus 12 is 6, and 6 over 18 is equal to what percent out of 100? And so I'm just going to do 6 divided by 18, multiply that times 100, and then boom, I get 33.3%. Decrease. And you could say decrease. If you forget the arrow, it's not a big deal. All right, what if something used to be 5 feet, now it's 7 feet? So maybe we're talking about a tree. So you find the difference, so 7 minus 5, and you put it over the original. The original was 5 feet. 7 minus 5 is 2, and the original was 5. So you really have your proportion of 2 over 5 is equal to your percent over 100. And then in my calculator, I'm going to do 2 divided by 5. And then multiply that times 100. And there's my percent of 40%. So there is a 40% increase in height of whatever this object was. Okay? So that is just kind of a straightforward way to do percent increase, decrease, also called percent change. Now let's do a couple of word problems together. So our example 3 says in 1990, the cost of a movie ticket for an adult was $3.75 each. The average cost today for an adult is $11. By what percent has the price changed? So we're going to find the difference from $11 and $3.75. So 11 take away $3.75, and the original cost was $3.75. So now we find the difference. So 11 take away $3.75. is $7.25. We can already tell that this answer is going to be a percent larger than 100 because look at your numerator, it's already bigger than the denominator, so we know our percent is going to be bigger than 100. So then 725 divided by 375, multiply that times 100, and we get 193.3% increase. So 193.3% increase. So we more than doubled our price. All right, example 4. The population of West Cary Middle School in 2005 was about 1,100 students. Now the population is only 920, so we have a percent decrease. So what we're going to do is find the difference. So take 1,100, subtract 920, and put that over the original population, which was 1,100. Find your difference in your numerator. So 1,100 take away 920 is 180. So we went down by 180 students over our original population of 1,100. And then multiply that times 100, and that gives me about a 16.4% decrease. So a 16.4% decrease. Okay, oh, and this was an increase. Okay, so that's how you do word problems when you're talking about percent change. Now, percent error, you pretty much are doing the exact thing, except for instead of talking about original, we're going to talk about the actual of what happened. So this is where we're talking about like predictions in science or rainfall. So let's take a look at this example and then we'll talk about it. So a student made a mistake when measuring the volume. He found the volume to be 55 liters. However, the actual volume was 50 liters. So he thought it was going to be 55, but it was 50. So we're still going to do the same thing that we did up here. We're going to find the difference in our numerator. So 55 take away 50. And then the actual volume for this object was 50 liters. So our actual goes on the bottom. And then we're going to simplify our numerator. So that is 5 over 50 is equal to our percent over 100. And then we just solve as normal. So 5 divided by 50 gives me 0.1. Multiply that times 100, and it gives me 10%. Or you could do your cross multiply. So I got 10%. So he had a 10% error when calculating his volume. All right, number 6. A man predicted his height to be 6 feet. However, after he went to the doctor, he found his real height to be 5 feet 3 inches. What is the percent error? So when we're doing this one, we have to be careful because 5 feet 3 inches is not 5.3. So do not think that this is 5.3. Okay, that is wrong. 5 foot 3 inches, well, 3 inches out of 12, 3 out of 12 is 0.25. So really, this is going to be represented with 5.25. So what we're going to do is find the difference from what he predicted to what he actually is. So 6 feet, take away 5.25 over what was he actually? He was actually 5 feet 3 inches. So 5.25 goes on the denominator. And then we're going to simplify our numerator. So 0.75 inches, or he was off by 9 inches. So put that over 5.25, and 0.75 divided by 5.25 gives me an error of 14.3%. So I'm going to multiply that times 100, 14.3%. Okay. All right. Our next problem. I thought 80 people would turn up to the concert, but in fact 95 showed up. So what was my percent error? So we have to find the difference in our numbers. So 95 take away 80 over what was the actual? The actual was 95. Not our predicted, but our actual. So we're going to put that over 95. 95 take away 80 is 15. 15 over 95 equals percent over 100. And 15 divided by 95, multiply that times 100, and you get 15.8%. So they predicted wrong by 15.8%. Okie dokie. All right, let's do a couple more together, and then you're going to do the back on your own. Number 8, Tom was making $15 an hour. He received a 6% increase. What is his new hourly wage? This one's a little different than these ones. This actually isn't percent error or percent, it is percent change. So what we want to do is that he got a 6% increase. We're going to do it 2 different ways. We're going to find 6% of 15, then add to 15. That's one way to do it. So 15 times 0.06. I'm just doing it the equation way because it's a little faster. So 15 times 0.06 gives me 90 cents. So he's going to get a 90-cent raise. So you're going to take your 90 cents and add to the 15. So his new wage is $15.90. A faster way to do this is just take 15 and multiply by 1.06 because that's the 100%, that's the 15, and then that's the 6%. So that's going to get you, this right here is going to get you right to that answer. So 15 times 1.06 gets me right to the $15.90. So both ways work. This is just a faster way. If you like this way, just stick with it. All right, number 9. Students calculate the circumference of a globe to be 60 centimeters. The accepted circumference of a globe is 63. Find the percent of error. So they actually calculated it to be 60, but it's supposed to be 63. So what was it off by? So 63, take away 60 over. The actual was 60. So this would be a 3 out of 60 ratio. And 3 out of 60 is a 5% error. All right, last two, and then you'll do the back on your own. In the year 2000, Cary had a population of 94,536 people. In 2012, the population had grown to 145,693 people. Find the percent of change. So we're going to subtract our two values. And we're going to put it over our original. And that gives me a difference of 51,157 people over the original of 94,536. And that's my percent over 100. And then I'm just going to take that number and divide by 94,536 and then multiply that times 100. And so there is a 54.1% increase in population in the town of Cary. All right, our last question together. A student determined their grade to be a 94. If their actual grade was an 89, what is the student's approximate percent of error? So they thought it was a 94, but it was an 89. So the actual was 89. The difference in their grade was 5 out of 89, and that percent, so 5 out of 89, and then multiply that times 100, gives me a 5.6% error. Okay, so that's how you do percent error. So what I need you to do right now is to go ahead and pause the video and turn over on the back and complete the questions on the back. Okay. All right, here are the answers for the back. As always, if you find any mistakes that I've made, please comment on the video and we will talk about it on Monday when I return from my training. All right, here are the answers for 5, 6, and 7, and 8. And then 9, 10, 11, and 12. And if you don't finish the video in class on Thursday with Miss Levesque, you can always do it for homework Thursday night, or you can do it over the weekend. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys Monday.